Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Tuesday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, daily chart. And you know what? We just kind of treaded water yesterday. Europe was closed for the 1st of May, and it was a day where, we basically gravitated around 23.86. They tried to knock it down a couple of times. They made some matching lows down at 80.75. We had a little bit of news out of Washington that knocked us down, but ultimately made a higher low versus 80.75, and then it took it up, towards that, 88, 89, 90-ish area, but they couldn't follow through. Just like the bears couldn't follow through to the down, the bulls couldn't follow through to the up, and we closed right back where we started, right around 23.86. So as we head into today, look, the band ride's over now. Okay, it was basically 5 sessions. Now it's over. You've got the FOMC coming up tomorrow, and you got jobs on Friday. So you have some big data points, some big unknowns that should become known. And part of me feels like we're just all kind of sitting in the waiting room, flipping magazines while we wait for this stuff to happen. And if that's the case, it's okay. You've got to be patient. Our goal in the room is always to find 4 handles. We were able to find 4 handles yesterday, and we're going to find 4 handles today. But what we're not going to do is overtrade to find them. And we're not going to take an excessive amount of risk to find them. If the tape feels like being volatile today, we'll adjust. If the tape feels like doing what it did yesterday, then we're going to find, the best opportunity that we can, which was really yesterday's morning low and the continued inability to take out the weekly pivot down at 23.79. So for me, I'm still generally giving the nod here to the bulls just because of how the market wants to act historically. And you've got you've got a big data point tomorrow that tends to play out in their favor. Here's the issue, though. You've still got 23.94.75. Now, the matching lower highs at 88.75, those got exceeded yesterday. But this one did not. And until they trade and convert 23.94.75 and ultimately trade and convert 24.01, the bulls are going to have execution issues. So the bears need to break 84, break the Globex lows, and ultimately convert weekly pivot down here at basically at 23.80. Every time we come down here, unless it's a hard break, I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to make the bears convert the weekly pivot. That's, typically that's worked in the past. You've got a Monday, so the early week, you had an open, inability to convert weekly pivot, higher lows, and now we'll see how the rest of it goes. I'll take you back here, if it'll let me go back far enough. I'll take you back here a little bit. When you open, here's your 23.22.75 Sunday night open from back on, the 15th, 16th of April. You can't start building higher lows. We see how that ends. So if you're the bears, you can't let this be another Sunday weekly low. You have to get involved, and ultimately you have to convert the entire 75 to 79 support area that we've been talking about for about a week. Until you do that, nobody's going to take you seriously. I mean, you're a trade, but you're certainly not a hold, and you're certainly not anything that people are going to risk an overnight on. So when and if you get back down here, you need to make it count. You need to break 77, and you need to get people thinking. If you don't get people thinking that maybe the bears can go down and give the monthly pivot a try down at 66, people are just going to keep buying dips. You come down here and you dip and you make a matching low with something down here early this morning, 10:30 or so, it's going to be a buy. It's going to be a buy until the bears make it not a buy. And you get into this afternoon, you get into tomorrow, and then, Pavlov's dog shows up and we start walking up into the Fed. So the bears need to have a big morning, and whatever gains they make this morning, if they make gains at all, they need to try to hold them throughout the day. All right, everybody have a good one. I'll see you for the midday up. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princeton Trader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade 'em well.